Hello, dear.
Your call, please.
Operator, I've been dialing Murray Hill 40098 now for the last 3/4 of an hour, and the line is always busy. But I don't see how it could be busy that long. Will you try it for me, please?
Murray Hill 40098. One moment, please.
I don't see how it could be busy all the time. It's my husband's office. He's working late tonight and I'm all alone here in the house. My health is very poor and I've been feeling so nervous all day.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? George?
Yes, sir?
Hello? Who's this? What number am I calling, please?
We have heard from our client. He says the coast is clear for tonight.
Yes, sir?
Where are you now?
In a phone booth.
Okay, you know the address. At 11 o'clock, the private patrolman goes around to the bar on the 2nd Avenue for a beer. Be sure that all the lights downstairs are out. There should be only one light visible from the street. At 11:15, a subway train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case her window is open, and she should be screamed.
Oh, hello. What number is this, please?
Okay, I understand.
It quick, as a little blood as possible. Our client does not wish to make her suffer long.
A knife, okay, sir.
Yes, a knife. We will be okay. And remember, remove the ring and bracelets and the jewelry in the bureau drawer. Our client wishes it look like a simple robbery.
Okay, I get.
Oh! How awful! How unspeakably!
Your call, please.
Operator, I've just been cut up.
I'm sorry, madam. What number were you calling?
Why, it was supposed to be Murray Hill 40098, but it wasn't. Some wires must have crossed. I was cut into a wrong number and I've just heard the most dreadful thing, a murder. And operator, you simply have to retrace that call at once.
I beg your pardon, madam. I don't quit.
Oh, I know it was a wrong number and I had no business listening, but these two men, they were cold-blooded friends, some poor innocent woman who was all alone in a house near a bridge, and we've got to stop them. We've got to.
What number were you calling, madam?
That doesn't matter. This was a wrong number and you dialed it, and we've got to find out what it was immediately.
Madam?
Oh, why you are so stupid? Look, it was obviously a case of some little slip of the finger. I told you to try Murray Hill 40098 for me. You dialed it, but your finger must have slipped and I was connected with some other number. And I could hear them, but they couldn't hear me. Now, I simply failed to see why you couldn't make that same mistake again on purpose. Why you couldn't try to dial Murray Hill 40098 in the same careless sort of way.
Murray Hill 40098? I will try to get it for you, madam.
Thank you.
I am sorry. Murray Hill 40098 is busy.
Operator? Operator?
Yes, madam.
You didn't try to get that wrong number at all. I asked explicitly and all you did was dial correctly.
I am sorry. What number were you calling?
Can't you force once forget what number I was calling and do something specific? Now I want to trace that call. It's my civic duty. It's your civic duty to trace that call and to apprehend those dangerous killers. And if you want,
I will connect you with the chief operator.
please.
This is Chief Operator.
Chief Operator, I want you to trace a telephone call immediately. I don't know where it came from or who was making it, but it's absolutely necessary that it be tracked down because it was about murder. Yes, a terrible, cold-blooded murder of a poor innocent woman tonight at 11:15.
I see.
Can you trace it for me? Can you track down those men?
It depends, madam.
Depends on what?
Depends on whether the call is still going on. If it's a live call, we can trace it on the equipment. If it's been disconnected, we can't.
Disconnected?
If the parties stop talking to each other,
Oh, but of course they must have stopped talking to each other by now. That was at least 5 minutes ago and they didn't sound like the type who would make a long call.
well, I can try tracing it. Now, what's your name, madam?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson. But listen,
And your telephone number?
Plaza 42295. But if you go on wasting all this time,
And what is your reason for wanting this call traced?
my reason? Well, for heaven's sake, isn't it obvious? I overheard 2 men. They're killers. They're planning to murder this woman. It's a matter for the police.
Have you told the police?
No, how I could I?
You're making this check into private call purely as a private individual.
Yes, but meanwhile,
Well, Mrs. Stevenson, I seriously doubt whether we could make this check for you. At this time, just on your sake. So as a private individual, we'd have to have something more official.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you mean to tell me I can't report a murder without getting tied up in all this red tape? Why? It's perfectly idiotic. Alright, then I will call the police. Ridiculous.
Your call, please. Your call, please.
The police department, please.
that the click just now in my own telephone, a stuff. Someone have lifted the receiver off the hook of the extension phone downstairs.
Police Department, Prison 43, Duffy speaking.
Police department? Oh, this is Mrs. Stevenson. Mrs. Albert Smythe Stevenson of 53 North Sutton Place. I am calling to report murder. I mean, the murder hasn't been committed yet. I just overheard plans for it over the telephone. Over wrong number that the operator gave me. I've been trying to trace down the call myself, but everybody is so stupid and I guess in the end you're the only people who could do anything.
Yes, ma'am.
It was a perfectly definite murder. I heard their plans distinctly. 2 men were talking and they were going to murder some woman at 11:15 tonight. She lived in a house near a bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
And there was a private patrolman on the street. He was going to go around for a beer on the 2nd Avenue. And there was some third man, a client, who was paying to have this poor woman murdered. They were going to take her rings and bracelet and use a knife. Well, it's unnerved me dreadfully and I'm not well.
I see. When was all this, ma'am?
About 8 minutes ago. Oh, then you can do something. You do understand?
And what is your name, ma'am?
Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Albert Stevenson.
And your address?
53 North Sutton Place. That's near a bridge, the Queensborough Bridge. You know, and we have a private patrolman on our street and 2nd Avenue.
And what was that number where you're calling?
Murray Hill 40098. But that wasn't the number I overheard. I mean, Murray Hill 40098 is my husband's office. He's working late tonight and I was trying to reach him to ask him to come home. I'm an invalid, you know, and it's the maid's night off. And I hate to be alone even though he says I'm perfectly safe as long as I have the telephone right beside my bed.
Well, look into it, Mrs. Stevenson, and see if you can check it with the telephone company.
But the telephone company said they couldn't check the call if the parties have stopped talking. I've taken care of that.
Oh yes.
Personally, I feel you ought to do something far more immediate and drastic than just check the call. What good does checking the call do if they stop talking? By the time you track it down, they already have committed murder.
Well, we'll take care of it, lady. Don't worry.
I'd say the whole thing's called for a search, a complete and true search of the whole city. I'm very near a bridge and I'm not far from the 2nd Avenue, and I know I'd feel a whole lot better if you sent a radio car to this neighborhood at once.
And what makes you think the murder is going to be committed in your neighborhood, ma'am?
Oh, I don't know. This coincidence is so horrible. 2nd Avenue, the patrolman, the bridge.
2nd Avenue is a long street, ma'am. And do you happen to know how many bridges there are in the city of New York alone? Not to mention Brooklyn, Staten Island, Queens, and Bronx. And how do you know there isn't some little house on the Staten Island, on some little 2nd Avenue we're never heard about? How do you know they were even talking about New York at all?
But I heard the call on the New York dialing system.
How do you know it wasn't a long distance call you ever heard? Telephones are funny thing. Look, lady, why don't you look it at this way? Supposing your heart not broken in a telephone call. Supposing you got your husband the way you always do. Would this murder have made any difference to you then?
I suppose not, but it's so inhuman, so cold-blooded.
A lot of murder are committed in this city every day, ma'am. If we could do something to stop, we could. But the clue of this kind of so bargain isn't much more use to us than no clue at all.
But surely,
Unless, of course, you have someone reason for thinking this call is phony and that someone may be planning to murder you?
me? Oh no, I hardly think so. I mean, why should anybody? I'm alone all day and night. I see nobody except my maid Eloise. She's big 200-pounder. She's too lazy to bring up my breakfast tray. And the only other person is my husband's Albert. He's crazy about me, adores me, waits on me hand and foot. He scarcely left my side since I took 12 years ago.
Well, then, there are nothing for you to worry about. It's there. And now, if you just leave the rest of the...
But what will you do? It's too late. It's nearly 11 o'clock.
We'll take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast it all over the city and send out squad and warn your radio cars to watch out, especially in suspicious neighborhoods like mine?
Lady, I said we'd take care of it. Just now I've got a couple of other matters here on my desk that requires my immediate...
Oh, idiot! Now, why did I do that? Now he'll think I am a fool? Oh, why doesn't Albert come home? Why doesn't he?
Your call, please.
Operator, for heaven's sake, will you ring that Murray Hill 40098 again? I can't think what's keeping him so long.
Murray Hill 40098. One moment, please.
Can't hear it. You don't have to tell me. I know it's busy. If I could only get out of this bed for a little while, if I could get breath of fresh air or just lean out of the window and see the street. Hello, Albert? Hello? Hello, hello? Oh, what's the matter with this phone? Hello? 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 Oh, for heaven's sake, who is this? Hello? Hello, hello?
Your call, please.
Hello, operator. I don't know what's the matter with this telephone tonight, but it's positively driving me crazy. I've never seen such inefficient, miserable service. Now, look, I'm an invalid, and I'm very nervous and I'm not supposed to be annoyed, but if this keeps on much longer.
What seems to be trouble, madam?
Well, everything's wrong. The whole world could be murdered. For all you people care, and now my phone keeps ringing.
Yes, madam.
Ringing and ringing and ringing every 5 seconds or so, and when I pick it up, there's no one there.
I am sorry, madam. If you will hang up, I will test it for you.
I don't want you to test it for me. I want you to put through that call, whatever it is, at once.
I am afraid that's it not possible, madam.
Not impossible? And why, may I ask?
The system is automatic, madam. If someone is trying to dial your number, there is no way to check whether the call is coming through the system or not, unless the person who is trying to reach your complains to his particular operator.
Well, of all the stupid complicated, and meanwhile I've got to sit here in my bed suffering every time that phone rings, imagining everything.
I will try to check it for you, madam.
Check it, that's all anybody can do, of all the stupid idiotic. Oh, what's the use? Hello? Hello? Stop ringing, do you hear me? Answer me, what do you want? Do you realize you're driving me crazy? Start staring.
Hello, this is Plaza 42295.
Yes, this is Plaza 42295.
This is Western Union. I have a telegram here from Mrs. Albert Stevenson. Is there anyone here to receive the message?
I'm Mrs. Stevenson.
The telegram is as follows. Mrs. Albert Stevenson, 53 North Sutton Place, New York, darling. Terribly sorry. Tried to get you for last hour, but the line busy. Leaving for Boston 11 p.m. tonight on urgent business. Back tomorrow afternoon. Keep happy. Love, signed, Albert.
Oh no.
That is all, madam. Do you wish us to deliver a copy of a message?
No, thank you. Good night. No, it isn't true. He couldn't do it. Not when he knows I'll be all alone. It's some trick, some pendish.
Your call, please.
Operator, try that Murray Hill 40098 number for me just one more, please.
Ringing Murray Hill 40098.
He's gone. Oh, Albert, how could you? How could you? But I can't be alone tonight. I can't. If I'm alone one more second, I don't care what he says or what the expense is. I'm sick woman and entitled.
This is information.
I want the telephone number of Hensley Hospital.
Hensley Hospital. Do you have the address, madam?
No, it's somewhere in the 70s, so it's a very small, private, and exclusive hospital where I had my appendix out 2 years ago. Hensley. Henc.
One moment, please.
Please hurry. And please, what is the time?
Do not know, madam. You may find out the time by dialing Meridian 71212.
Oh, for heaven's sake, couldn't you?
The number of Hensley Hospital is Butterfield 70105, madam.
Butterfield 70105.
Hensley Hospital, good evening.
Nurses Registry.
Who was it you wish to speak? Please.
I want the nurse registry at once. I want a trained nurse and I want to hire her immediately for the night.
I see, and what is nature of the case, madam?
Nerves. I'm very nervous. I need soothing and companionship. My husband is away, and I'm...
Have you been recommended to us by any doctor in particular, madam?
No, but I really don't see why all this catechizing is necessary. I want a trained nurse. I once a patient in your hospital 2 years ago, and after all, I do accept to pay this person.
We quite understand that, madam, but registered nurses are very scared just now, and the superintendent has asked to send people only cases where the physician in charge feels is absolutely necessary.
Well, it is absolutely necessary. I'm a sick woman. I'm very upset. Very. I'm alone in this house and I'm an invalid, and tonight I overheard a telephone conversation that upset me dreadfully. About a murder. A poor woman who was going to be murdered at 11:15 tonight. In fact, if someone doesn't come home at once, I'm afraid I'll go out of my mind.
I see. Well, I'll speak to Miss Phillips as soon as she comes. And what is your name, madam?
Miss Phillips, and when do you accept her in?
I really don't know, madam. She went out to supper at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock, but it's not 11 yet. Oh, my clock has stopped. I thought it was running down. What time is it?
Just 14 minutes past 11.
What's that?
What was what, madam?
That the click just now. In my own telephone, as though someone have lifted the receiver off the hook of the extension phone downstairs.
I didn't hear it, madam. Now, about this.
But I did. There's someone in this house. Someone downstairs in the kitchen. And they're listening to me now. There. I won't pick it up. I won't let them hear me. I will be quiet and they'll think. But if I don't call someone now, well, they're still down there. There will not be time.
Your call, please.
Operator, I'm desperate. Trouble.
I cannot hear you, madam. Please speak louder.
I don't dare. I heard someone listening. Can you hear me now?
Your call, please. What number are you calling, madam?
Got to hear me. Oh, please, you've got to help me. There's someone in this house. Someone's going to murder me. And you've got to get in touch with me. Oh, there it is. He's put it down. He's put down the extension. He's coming.
Ringing the police department.
Police Department, Precinct 43, Duffy speaking. Police Department, Duffy speaking.
Sorry, wrong number.